Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of VolxUP. Before we get started and meet our guest for today, just a little bit of information with upcoming events. Upcoming for College Brawlhalla, we have our first ever collegiate homecoming tournament. This is in partnership with Bellevue Esports, so we will be throwing this collegiate tournament. It's going to be amazing. If you are in college or know someone that is in college, please make sure to send them that link. It's going to be an amazing time. Also, as well, for South America, we do have our South American tournament, Mega Brawl number 1. That tournament is going to happen soon on August 12th. So if you are a South American player, make sure that you sign on up. If you know a South American player, go ahead and send them that link. And of course, for So Icy Boy SIB, the Kung Foot Scrimmage. Now, that is in partnership with a lot of different organizations within Brawlhalla, so please make sure that you tune on into that as well as support. Please, I am looking for a Kung Foot team that MVE can sponsor. If you have a good team, please let us know. I'd be more than happy to talk about that. But now we are going to go ahead and get started with our podcast today with us. Let's find out who it is. Welcome once again, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of VolxUP and MVE podcast. Today we have the one and only, the CEO of Kingdom. Sen, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing, friend?
I am doing amazing. First of all, I want to start off with thanking you for accepting the invite and being here and willing to talk about the Kingdom, the organization, and exactly what they do and what you guys have been doing. But before we get started, anything you would like to say?
Well, welcome to the podcast. This is my first podcast I've ever been on, so I'm glad that I'm here today with a fellow org leader with MVE. Super thankful to be invited to such a amazing podcast so far, and the past couple episodes, I believe, have been great. I've tuned in for a bit of them, and again, excited to be here today. So thanks for showing up, guys, and yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, man, I'm very excited to have you on here because, I mean, as we've seen the evolution of Brawlhalla orgs, we've seen these brand new organizations sprout, and they have been doing some phenomenal work. And I know Kingdom has been around for quite a bit, but you guys are continuing to involve not only in content creation, but as well as esports. As time and time again, we've seen your players place top, and even right now in Summer Championship, I think we're seeing something great. I think I saw a post just last night about 4 out of 5 gold medals and potentially North America. Is that true?
Yeah, we're hoping. We've got some great North American players from our main roster and our academy roster side, and we have high hopes. Woo. We're always supporting and rooting for our players. We've gotten 4 out of 5 last winters. That was our record, and I think it's one of the highest placements I think any org has done in one so far. I could be wrong, but I kind of pride myself on that. I'm really proud of our players play so well, perform very well, and they work very hard to get the placements they do. So it's all on them, and it's been exciting. So today, we're doing North America, so we're rooting for our North American boys.
Ooh, man, that is exciting to hear, and I'm very excited to see today's tournament. And speaking of that, Summer Championship will begin here in a couple of hours, so make sure you tune into that, especially with those matches that are going to be on stream. Make sure you support, especially if you're part of Kingdom, man. It's gonna be awesome if that occurs, dude. It really is.
That'd be great. We're definitely rooting for the 5 out of 5 for ones. 2v2s is a different story. But it's been great so far. We've hit 4 out of 5. We'll try to get 5 out of 5 this championship. But again, super proud of all the members.
Great. All right. Well, we'll just go ahead and dive right in. Once again, all of these questions are whatever, as much detail as you want to add. It could be surface level, whatever you want to tell the viewers out there. But definitely at the end of this podcast, I want to be able to be like, hey, if anybody asks who is Kingdom, drop the link. This whole VOD or this whole podcast is going to be able to explain it. So first question, tell me a little bit about you and your experience with esports.
Me, I come from a a nursing background before I got even into Brawlhalla. I was an ICU nurse in the neuro unit and the COVID unit for about 2 years.
Sheesh.
And I came and was blessed to find the community that is Brawlhalla. And I've been here since. I came again like a couple years ago. And esports background, I've been in a couple orgs before. I tried to study and learn as much as I could while I was there. I was a content creator for a few different orgs, and I took that knowledge and did some more research and started up Kingdom with a good friend of mine, the other owner of Kingdom, Ohang, and it's been going great ever since. We've had some kind of hiatuses back and forth with some life events that has happened, but through and through, we've had some great and amazing loyal players that I couldn't be more happy with. So I love the Kingdom family, and we'll keep pushing for that moving forward. But yeah, that's basically it. Oh, I'm also a new dad, so there's that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's been crazy, pretty wild, but I appreciate the patience from everybody in the family in the Kingdom family, and yeah, I'm just basically here to talk about Kingdom and answer any questions you guys have. We're going deep today about all the details.
And
But
that's just crazy to me that looking at just everything that is going on with content wise, the esports side, everything
yeah,
you see on social media with Kingdom, you would never tell that the CEO right now is very busy with a life event, and I know that having kids is something that it's not simple, and then having multiple, we were just talking about that. It's just
yeah.
insane to see the trajectory still continuing to go up, and that's not really affecting the overall organization. But congratulations, because that's always
Oh,
very
thank you.
exciting, and shout out to Kingdom for continuing to support their CEO, as well as continuing to strive to be the best and everything like that during this time. So
Yeah,
um
I wouldn't be able to do it without the players, without my
mhm.
partners, without our manager, without Ohang, the other owner as well. We kind of balance it. We make the decisions together, and it's been good. So whenever I'm not as active or on the table to help out with the day-to-day stuff,
Yep.
he's there to cover for me, vice versa. So it's been good. It's been a great system so far, and we're definitely improving things moving forward from now.
Awesome. All right, well, tell me,
Yeah.
what is Kingdom, and tell me about the origins of Kingdom.
So Kingdom, the full name is Kingdom Allegiance. It's something that me and Ohang came up with last year, a little bit before September. We were just kind of in a VC with a bunch of friends, and I've always personally had a passion, even before I'm a streamer. That's kind of what I'm more known for. But before streaming, before gaming, before anything, I've always wanted to be in an org. I always wanted to create an org similar to maybe like TSM, 100 Thieves now more recently and stuff. Um, or Phase. I've always looked up to orgs like that, and I've always wanted to try my hand at creating something that I could do at the best of my ability. And with the Brawlhalla community and how far I got with streaming, and the people and the networks that I made with Ohang and everybody like that, we've been blessed with a great opportunity to create Kingdom after we had that random VC started talking about future plans, and it just next thing we know, me and Ohang are creating contracts, working up different legal documents, planning out events, like, and it's been crazy ever since. So I feel like a lot of the org stuff come from like deep passion within the both of us,
Yeah.
and I think that attributes to a lot of the success that the players and our org has seen so far.
That's awesome to hear. And it always kind of starts like that, like a conversation. Hey, looking up to these different orgs, they're doing some phenomenal things. Maybe we can do that on some sort of scale. And it's always with the homies, right? That you're able to
I
create
know.
something positive, and that's great though, because then even to this point, thinking about back then until now, you're just like, man, we've created something phenomenal. I mean, look what's in front of us right now, and something very proud that you guys should be of.
I know it's been very surreal, and
Hmm.
sometimes I kind of just I message like Hanger, I message my partner, I message some staff members like this is like a real thing that we've
Yeah.
done. It's like I can't believe that it's something we like. What if we didn't do this? And I would have regretted so much. Like I'm so
Hmm.
happy that we went through with the plan. Like it's something. It's always been a dream of mine again to start up an org and do everything. Of course, I'm not perfect. No one really is, but um I'm very, very much dedicated to the success of the org
Yep.
and providing as much as I can to the best of my ability. So it's been great. I've been having a great time.
It's great. Hey, and we see it, from an individual looking from the outside in. We've been seeing it, and Kingdom is just one of those orgs that you see. I mean, every day. I can't hop on Twitter without seeing something of Kingdom. So that's always a really positive thing. And speaking of origins, I always have to dig a little bit deeper, especially on the logo side. Talk to me about the origins of the
Oh,
logo. Is there something that meaning behind that logo? How was it created?
so sorry. During that Discord call, we were shooting different logo ideas back and forth. I love the color scheme. Um, like my color scheme for streams, kind of like black and red. My personal stream.
Yep.
I've loved always like the black and gold as well with a lot of different things. And me and Ohang had a similar vision with that, a black and gold team. But we're open to other like colors with merch and all that stuff. But
Yep. Yep.
primarily black and gold was kind of what we saw in the beginning. Something regal, something royal. Also, Ohang's name in game is King Ohang as well. So we kind of took that and put that together and decided let's just make a kingdom. Let's make kingdom
Yeah.
as our name for the org and try to provide the what we wanted, like the best benefits that we could do, and like good communication and just the best environment that we could possibly do, which was what we saw like as a kingdom. So
Yeah.
that's kind of how that started. Yeah.
That's great, man. That is awesome, man. It's always great to listen from you guys, as CEOs, and just how these orgs were created and the hard work, because no one sees it until it's announced, right? I mean,
It's not. Yeah.
we see the announcement, we're like, oh my god, that org looks amazing, but you
What
don't.
is that?
Yeah, you don't understand the work and the sweat and the tears that go and the failures that happen behind the scenes
Oh yeah.
before the public ever sees this. So I know that there was some times where you guys were working hardcore and some things might have not worked out, but at the end of the day, we saw this amazing, once again, black and gold kingdom come out of nowhere. And I remember that announcement. It was phenomenal, man. I was like, wow. So I gotta use
Hmm.
some of that.
Yeah, I feel like the standards always like changing, at least for me. I
Hmm.
do want to upgrade some things with, the graphics, other things like that, but that comes with time. And I think that our logo right now is great. I love our logo, and it means a lot.
Yeah.
How it started up, now came up, and the color scheme, all that stuff. So,
That's
um, yeah, it's been cool. It's been good.
that's great. All right, well tell me, what is the main goal of Kingdom?
Oh, sorry. What's the main
Well,
goal of
yeah,
Kingdom?
what is the overall main goal of Kingdom?
So the goals that me and Ohang set out for, that we had before even creating the org, before we said like, hey, we're doing this for sure, is creating the best benefits that we could possibly do for players. So that includes like monthly salary, bonuses, flights, like, hotel costs and stuff like that to the best of our ability.
Hmm.
I feel like a big thing that some people don't understand is a lot of orgs that start up, especially in the beginning, a lot of it's out of pocket.
Oh yeah.
So it's more of how passionate are you, how much are you willing to put into the org,
Yep.
and talking with Ohang, the passion was there. The passion was there for me, and we were able to invest and put a lot into our players and our team. So again, our goal would be just trying to do the best we can for our players and try to give the players the best in the community. Whether there's another org or not, that gives better opportunities. That doesn't really change things for me. I'm just gonna do the best thing that I can do for our players, and if they seek a better opportunity or find a different org way down the line that offers a lot more, or I fully support them 100%. So it's been I just think that with the history of Brawlhalla orgs, it's not been the best,
Hmm.
but there's been pretty solid orgs in the scene, and I just wanted to be one of those orgs, something that was solid, people can trust, and really rely on the benefits and stuff. The players, at least, yeah.
And that's great to hear, because I mentioned this. I think I've mentioned this on every single podcast, and I'll mention it on this one again because I think it's
Hmm.
very important. Talking about just the state of Brawlhalla orgs. I think in the past we've had those orgs come in, not really work out. So you've had individuals, even these top pro players, join these orgs. They come
Yeah,
out with the sour taste in their mouth, and from there on out, they really don't see any other org the same anymore.
yeah,
They're very cautious, and they might talk negatively to others, maybe even thinking about joining an org. So when we have an organization like Kingdom come on in, and their main goal is to overall help these players improve and push them professionally, these players will leave later on with a positive mentality of organizations, and they'll seek that better opportunity and be more trusting of potentially other orgs, which, in turn positively impacts the whole community. So it sounds like Kingdom is here for the players, for the community, and for the betterment overall.
Yeah, we just basically wanted to change the mindset because I know, like you said earlier, it's been a sour taste. I feel like there's been a lot
Mm-hmm.
of orgs that have come and gone,
Yep.
and it's not the best, and it hasn't been the best. Top players too, they're very hesitant to join any other orgs or listen to promises or listen to benefits, stuff like that,
Yep.
because of that history. And so the way that we change that, the way that we can contribute is just doing the best that we can and providing and keeping our word and
Yep.
pushing our players and having an environment where they can succeed, where they can feel comfortable talking to me as
Yep.
as an owner, as Ohang as an owner, as our managers or whoever it may be. We really stress that communication is super important to us. So if they feel like they need anything, if they need to eat out, if they need to do whatever, just DM me, just hit me up, and I'll always help them out if I can. So I think that's another thing that building that trust with those players is so important to rebuild that kind of image in the
Yeah.
for Brawlhalla orgs in the community.
100%. And it sounds like Kingdom is doing it correct. And I love the words that I'm hearing. And you're going to continue to support those individuals. And I know with those individuals, if they ever take another forward step in their professional career, that
Yeah,
they're always going to look back and say, hey, Kingdom was definitely a big kingdom and a positive thing
that's
for
the goal.
me. Yep. So that
Yeah.
sounds great, man. That is awesome.
Hmm.
So let's say that I wake up tomorrow and I end up selling MegaVolx Esports for a bag of Skittles and maybe $5, right? And I start looking for an organization and I'm considering Kingdom. What
Hmm.
benefits do I get from joining Kingdom if I am accepted?
So
Because obviously there is that kind of application process.
yeah, so we have an application process.
Hmm.
So you do get a bag of Skittles and a nickel, like or whatever you're saying. You get that at least. So you get that. But other than that, we offer monthly salary bonuses to players depending on their placements, the
Hmm.
tiers that they get per major events, even sometimes community tournaments. I just promise the players I'll do the best that I can. What we guarantee for sure is that monthly salary, and bonuses. Not to everybody, but it just depends on how they're performing. We really look at the placements and how hard they're working, just so that we can allocate the resources accordingly. We want to support everybody, but where it's not the money's not unlimited, so we
Yep.
try our best. But we support in other ways. Like I try my best to get sponsorships. I work a lot with in my own personal stream with a lot of indie games and agencies that do brand deals and again like just regular game sponsorships that I
Yep.
help some of the players that also stream perform their sponsorships, help them with sponsor support, advice, and then again everything that I get for the players here now and moving forward. We don't take any percent cut out of their salary. We
Hmm.
don't take any percent cut out of their sponsors because we really believe in just they're doing a lot. They're working so hard, just being on the top of their game all the time. So it makes no sense for us to take away from that.
Yep.
Um, so yeah, we just give them whatever opportunities come our way.
Okay, yep. If I were to wake up tomorrow, I'm definitely applying for Kingdom. If I were to sell MegaVolx for a bag of Skittles and $5, I definitely would
Yeah.
would be applying at Kingdom. It sounds good, guys. Good deal. If you're out there, man, you think you have that skill level, make sure you check out Kingdom because man, hey, very well thought out though, and that's exactly what you need, right? Especially with all these different players that might
Yeah.
come in or might apply for it. It sounds awesome. Now, I do want to dive a little bit deeper into that because it
Yeah.
sounds like you mentioned an academy team earlier. So is
Yeah.
there a
Yeah.
potential
Yeah.
for individuals to join academy and then potentially even
Yeah.
go
Mhm.
pro or varsity level?
Yes, so we have an academy roster that's open to like up and coming talent that we see that has a lot of promise that have been placing really well and just overall positive in the community as well. That's a big thing for us. Like if you're toxic or doing a
Mm-hmm.
lot of negative things, we don't really that doesn't really fit the vision that Kingdom's trying to do. Spread that positivity and change that look for esports. So the Kingdom roster, we have applications in our Discord server, stuff like that. It's open to everybody. Um, we have our community managers look through
Mm-hmm.
it, but me and Ohang also take a look at it with them. And there is a possibility, and it's happened before, where they upgrade from the academy roster over to the main roster, such as
Okay.
Balloon Boy in North America.
Oh
He's
yeah.
he's yeah, he's been doing phenomenal,
Woo.
and he's well deserving of that main roster spot. So it's just been exciting to see just the progress, the improvement from everybody. And yeah, it's been amazing. I'm proud of all the academy players and the main roster players. They all work extremely
Mhm.
hard. So, and I couldn't be more happy.
I agree, and speaking of Balloon Boy, I literally just casted in a tournament that he was in. Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I
crazy.
agree. I agree with you. Improvement has been there, and I was also looking at top 8 bracket as well. Man, Kingdom is always there. It's never just one player either. I was just like, oh
hmm
my gosh, there's so many there's so many Kingdom players in this
They're just
top 8.
ever
So
they're swarming.
that's good. No, that's a really good thing. But yes, I agree with you. I think you guys are doing phenomenal work, especially behind the scenes with where to getting these players where they need to be. And I see a
Yeah,
lot of these players growing, and Balloon Boy is just one of those highlights, just recently that I've seen. So keep on working on that. But man, Kingdom is doing
yeah,
phenomenal work in Brawlhalla. And
yeah.
speaking of the phenomenal work that you guys are doing in Brawlhalla, what other games, if any, are you guys currently involved in?
We're actually not involved in any other games besides Brawlhalla. Me and Ohang had the strict vision of trying to change that image of Brawlhalla Esports, and
Mm-hmm.
you know, creating something that we could be proud of, because Brawlhalla for me changed my life a lot through through streaming and other things. I was able to leave my well, not leave, take a break from my nursing job, because I'm not really nursing anymore. But I love it too much. I'm definitely going to go back towards it. But
Mm-hmm.
since I have my license for already, then I can always come back whenever I want.
Oh yeah.
So it Brawlhalla was gave me an option to explore different opportunities, meet new people. It's been so life changing. I could never express truly in words how my life has completely changed because of Brawlhalla. So I'll always be so like passionate and indebted to the Brawlhalla community, to the creators of Brawlhalla, to the people I've met in this journey. So I want to do as much as I can, either through streaming, through the org. So I'm just I want to make sure we do have plans to spread out to other games, other fighting games, especially. Um, Street Fighter. There's a new League of Legends game
Yep.
coming out. That we're pretty interested in joining as well. But before we do that, I want to make sure all the Kingdom players currently on the
Yep.
roster feel like they've been taken care of to the best of their ability. They get like the craziest salaries, all the stuff,
Yeah.
and we're just trying to grind out the Brawlhalla players before you seek out other pros and other games.
Ooh, I think you guys are doing a good job. I think you guys came in, and the game that you guys are really focusing in, you guys are causing major waves, and they're all positive things. And it's just great to see. And like I said, not one day that I log into Twitter and I don't see something about Kingdom. So you guys are definitely doing what you need to do within that Brawlhalla community. But why Brawlhalla? You already mentioned a couple of things that
Yeah.
really changed you specifically. It really helped you. It really allowed
hmm
you to explore different avenues. But is there anything else that you want to touch on that, maybe a little bit deeper, or maybe with the org in general? Why Brawlhalla?
Um, Brawlhalla. Besides the passion stuff, I definitely it's very evident that the players have not have had the best experience with the Brawlhalla orgs, like we've
Mm-hmm.
talked about before.
Yep.
And I really wanted to change that too. I wanted to reach out to a lot of those players that were kind of screwed over by some orgs before, that have left and gone and left before in the past, and provide an opportunity for them that they can believe in.
Yep.
And going to other games, it wasn't, I didn't have much time to do that either. So it's kind of a time issue, kind of a lack of focus or passion. I feel like if I were to join a different game or try to pursue a different game, either right now or in the near future, then I kind of lose some focus to Brawlhalla, and
Yep.
I'm just that dedicated to Brawlhalla. I think me and Ohan can both
Mm-hmm.
comfortably say that we're pretty grateful for what the
Yeah.
opportunities Brawlhalla has given us in the community. So we want to just give our entire focus to that game.
Man, I agree with you. And you say, you know, you mentioned those opportunities that they've given us within the community. I think Brawlhalla does a really good job with welcoming individuals into the
Oh
community,
yeah.
and
Hmm.
the devs have done a phenomenal job just including people or giving back to the community. Just to talk about, you know, the money they give out for tournaments.
Oh
Not
yeah.
only can orgs go ahead and apply for that, but anyone can go ahead and apply for that, and that's awesome because we see all these different community tournaments happen time and time again, and some of these have gotten way bigger. So I see orgs
Yeah.
now starting to kind of get into those tournaments and give back a little bit more to the community, and I see that from you guys as well. So,
Yeah.
so I think that Brawlhalla is a really good choice. I think you could have gone into a different game where the community is not as strong, where the developers are not as involved.
They're not. Yeah.
But Brawlhalla has always been. Yes, I know there's been orgs that have come in and left, but the devs have always been there trying to improve the community and help the community.
Hmm.
So I think that's been really a highlight of for orgs, and I think that's why orgs like yourself come in and kind of stay here and want to improve because we
Yeah.
see some value from the developers, and I think that's very important.
1,000,000%.
Hmm.
The dev team, the staff with Brawlhalla, the events that they host, the pricing that they put out for the players, every opportunity
Oh
that they
yeah.
have provided so far for the community, not just the players, have been really good. They're really receptive. They do those regular dev streams to stay in touch with the community. They have a lot of these tournaments, these lands that this year as well. Hopefully we get more next year so
Oh
we can
yeah.
connect more stuff like that. Like just they really it really shows that they care about the community, and that's yeah, like you said, I 1,000,000% agree. That's
Yep.
another reason that we're here because they support us, they support the orgs, they support the players, they support the community more so than other games would. So
Oh, amazing. Shout out Brawlhalla, shout out BMG. Thank
I
you
know,
guys so
yeah.
much. Yep.
That's-
Yep. Now let's say we go to 2024 and let's say Kingdom wins absolutely everything. We get to the end December 2024. Kingdom has all the trophies, you know. They've
Mhm.
been top everything like that. You feel like Brawlhalla is in a very good place. You're going to continue to be great in that game. Now it's time for that next game. Right
Mhm.
now talk to me about what are you thinking, you know? What potentially could be that next game? Because you know, looking at your mindset and just your history right now, to me, it sounds like you would expand to one more game, but not multiple games at one time because you want
Yeah.
to make sure that you go into that next game and you build that strong foundation, just like you did with
Mhm.
Brawlhalla. So, what is that game? Give us a sneak peek. Potentially, if everything was perfect with Brawlhalla and Kingdom, what would the next game be?
So the next game that we were thinking that me and Ohang talked about after Brawlhalla was, we were satisfied that everyone was taken care of. We built that system, that foundation was super solid, rock tight. Would have been definitely another fighting game.
Ooh.
Multiverses was on the table.
Okay.
At Mortal Kombat too, but we were leaning more towards multiverses. The League of Legends game that comes out, I'm not too sure when that game comes out,
Project
but
L.
yeah, Project L looks so promising, and I'm sure a lot of the
Yep.
Brawlhalla players want to move over there too for a little bit and try it out. But I'm very interested in Project L. That's
Me
that's a
too.
that's a that's a good thing that I want. I personally, I'm a FPS gamer at heart. I
Hmm.
love FPS games. I would be interested to going over to like Valorant, CS:GO, things like that, Apex Legends. But I think sticking in the realm of fighting games is
Yep.
is pretty good for me. I think that's where we would probably go next, either Multiverses, Project L. Actually, Street Fighter's a really good game too. We'd probably do that.
I think that's a really good answer. And you know, just thinking about Riot, how they have all these different type of games now, and a lot of different
I
people when they
know.
started branching out, they're like, they're not gonna do it right. You know, they
Hmm.
have League of Legends. That game is good. They don't know how to build a card game, or you know,
Runeterra,
yeah,
Valorant,
yeah, like they don't know how to do it. And then
all
they come out with
that.
these games, and now they're so popular. The esports level is really high, and you're just like, bro, Project L is gonna be one of those games that everyone's gonna want to dive
I
into.
know.
And knowing Riot, they're gonna do it right.
They're gonna do it. They're
Yeah.
titans for a reason. They've got
Mhm.
plenty of experience. They've got a great team behind every game that they do. So yeah, it seems very promising. So getting in that early is something that we kind of are looking forward to, and I feel like a lot of people are going to be looking to get into too.
So now this question once again, you can add as much detail as you want, or you can go ahead and touch it surface level. But what do you think about the current state of Brawlhalla orgs?
I think the current state of Brawlhalla orgs right now is great. I think it's probably the best it's ever been. Well, okay, I haven't really been in Brawlhalla
Hmm.
scene too long. I'm not. I kind of feel like a newbie still. Um, I came in around 2021, like end 2021 too. So I've just from what I've heard from a lot of different org owners and from people in the community from a long time. I think based off that and knowing what I know now, I think the org scene is great now. I think I've seen a lot of new orgs come up too.
Hmm.
Just community orgs or just people with passion. And I would like to say that's in in response to like inspiration of like the good orgs and the bigger orgs right now, like Kingdom, SIB, all the MVE, GB, all the Moonlit, those staple orgs right now. I feel like they're doing good things. They're doing great things, collabing, making efforts to change things, and we have a similar vision towards like a better positive outlook for Brawlhalla orgs. I think it's good right now, the current state at least.
I agree with you,
Hopefully,
man.
hopefully it stays that way. It's hopefully it stays that
Hey, don't say nothing like that.
way.
Why would he say that? Why would he say that? But
I don't know.
I agree with you. I think everything is really good right now. We see a lot of collaboration. We see a lot of
Knock on wood.
different events coming up, and that's a good thing. When you have all these different organizations continuing to pump out different events, and and I
Mhm.
say different, because yes, we do have the different community tournaments where you go 1v1s, 2v2s, but you have
Yeah.
Kung Foot now. You have podcasts going on. You have
We
maybe
got volley
giveaways going on.
brawl.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then not to mention, I see you guys team up with making content with other organizations as well, and that's always
Yeah.
good too. We're seeing organization specific content being pumped out now, so that's great for the community because they get more of that. Uh,
Yeah.
Fast, backtrack maybe 3 years ago, I remember esports orgs coming in, going out, not really doing much, not really speaking to the community. Tempo Storm really comes to mind just because they were one of the
Yeah.
bigger orgs that were in here. Yes, they would support their player, but not a lot for the community, right? Giving back or talking or trying to make something happen event wise for the community. So right now we see a lot of things being pumped out, and it's awesome to see the collaboration. So 100% agree with you. But in a perfect world, how would the Brawlhalla orgs work together to better the community, to make it even
I think
better?
I think just like what's happening now, like more something more organized and collaboration of events, podcasts, talks, whatever, just events in general, I think is the best way to off the
Mm,
top of my head. But like moving forward, I think like just to talk about the state of Brawlhalla again with the orgs. I think what's super important is an org that started in Brawlhalla. I feel like a lot of them that started in Brawlhalla, or just have that passion to really have Brawlhalla as their main game. Um, are the ones that are gonna last instead of like
mm-hmm.
keep like coming in and going out. And I really do think like in the future with the prize pool, the support that the Brawlhalla team has provided, there are gonna be bigger orgs that come into the scene, which I'm excited for. And I hope to collaborate with them and collaborate with you guys to show them that the org scene here is not that bad.
Yep.
So.
And I mean, hey, I look at FaZe and they pick up some Smash Bros players, and I'm just like, hey,
Mhm.
there's more money over here.
Hey, that's true. There is. There really is.
There's
You
more
look at
money over
DreamHack.
here.
You look at the last DreamHack prize pools, all the fighting games, or
Yeah.
even some of the FPS games. Brawlhalla had the highest prize
Mhm.
pool in the
Yeah.
in the tournament. And I feel like Brawlhalla is very much
Mhm.
slept on. So
Yeah, I
they're just
agree.
losing out. They're losing out.
I agree. I think we'll see some more come in. I just feel it. As this game progresses, and I think it's becoming bigger and bigger. It's becoming more and more popular. We're bringing it down to collegiate, so hopefully that will help filter and help push that out to individuals. And once they go to pro, they'll be able to just continue to grow. So a lot of different things going on. But yeah, I agree with you. I think what we're doing right now. But in terms of the developers, do you think there's something that they could be doing a little bit more with the organizations in order to push that betterment of the community?
I think right now the BCTI program is great. It's
Mm-hmm.
super good, and that's another thing that that you mentioned earlier. The support to the community just to host those events.
Yep.
It's great. Not a lot of games will do that for the community. Have that community tournament initiative, provide funding for just about anybody that meet the criteria that is approved by Brawlhalla. There's a lot of people that are approved by Brawlhalla every month to host those
Oh
tournaments.
yeah.
I think maybe if if at all possible, like higher funding towards those events, like just not even just the kingdom or any other like bigger org, but even like the smaller community tournaments, like people with the lower pricing, if they could contribute like a bit more to that, I feel like it'd be great too. And if at all possible. If not, then I understand. But just the support right now with
Yep.
BCTI has been great, and maybe another program where there is like because there's tournament organizing or organizations like Moose Wars, Estacao,
Yeah.
Bearded Brawls, NSIG with the SCA showdowns, all that. They get a lot of the funding for Brawlhalla, like official stuff. I think within us that sponsor the players, the orgs that sponsor players, I feel like having a budget towards that might help.
Mm-hmm.
But it's an idea.
Great ideas. Now, talking about sponsorships and money, though, if Kingdom had all the money in the world, I'm talking, hey, Mark Zuckerberg hits you up tomorrow. Hey, bro, like
Ooh,
I want to
my
help
best
you guys.
friend.
I want to help you guys out. Here's an unlimited card. Get whatever you guys want. It's on me. What are you
Mhm.
getting?
First, I'll get a new house, and then nah, uh, yeah, but maybe I will. I got a kingdom house. Just have all the players
Yeah,
just
there we
live there.
go.
But yeah, if we had all the money in the world, if it was solely for the org, I've stressed this a lot with the players. I've stressed this a lot with anybody that asks. I want 100% of the profits. I don't care what it is. If it's like an ad, I get 5 cents from it. Whatever. I don't need money from an org. We didn't make them. We didn't make
Mhm.
the org for money. So any money that comes out of it, any revenue goes straight to the players. So as time goes on, the salary definitely increases for
Yeah.
the players that are with us. Um, the money, if I had unlimited money, I would definitely just upgrade Kingdom to the max with everything known possible. We'd have incredible community tournaments for everybody in every region, and I'd put all the rest of it into salary for the players. That's what I would do.
That's great. If you had that though, that would Kingdom would blow up. So that's awesome to hear that you
Yeah.
would go ahead and reinvest that, and then reinvest it back into the community. I think that's very important. So, always good to hear. Hey, you're the very first one that comes on here and said, "Hey, I'll probably get a Kingdom house, right?" Barrett mentioned a warehouse though. I kind of like that idea. He said he'd mentioned.
Actually,
He said a training
there might.
warehouse. That's
Oh,
hey,
who did?
Baron,
Baron?
Baron for Global
There's a
Breakout,
training where.
like a training warehouse.
Ooh,
So it would be like a warehouse, and there would be different sectors in the warehouse. Maybe a giant streaming room, maybe like a competing room, maybe like a chill
I
out
like that.
room, maybe a lore room. I don't know, but
That'd be cool,
that sounds
yeah.
great.
Having a
Yeah,
warehouse like the 100 Thieves compound or
yeah,
something like
yeah,
that. Yeah, that'd be great.
yeah. He,
Not to leak anything, but might have might have something working along the lines of that.
Hey, no leaks, no leaks. But hey, that would be sick. Hey, it'd be sick to
That'd
see,
be sick.
man.
That'd
Because
be crazy.
I watch those tour videos sometimes that they do of those compounds, man. I would love to see Kingdom make one of those. That'd be awesome to see, man.
I know.
Hey, I gotta get an
Gotta get
invite
that.
though. I wanna get out there. I
Yeah,
wanna check it out.
100%. You got a room. You got whatever you need.
All right, now, not the final question. No, this is the final question.
Oh, okay.
I asked you this question already. Hopefully, you thought about it.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay. Okay, so
Oh no.
everyone has answered this question. It's kind of like a surprise question that I've thrown on there. And
Okay.
while he kind of thinks about this, I'll kind of repeat other people's answers because they've been pretty good. So
Mhm.
my final question here is: if Kingdom were a real person and they were attending high school right now, what kind of person would they be, and what would be their favorite subject? Right. So Icy Boys, they came on here and he said, hey, so Icy Boys would be the transfer student. They would come on in, immediately make the varsity team, and immediately start winning things. Their favorite subject, I think, would be gym. Because they're always going. Baron came on here. They said that their kind of like avatar or real person high school student would be GB, which they created a couple of years ago. And I don't know if you guys remember GB, but this amazing avatar, great things. They actually, I think, did a couple of animation. It was great. I think they're bringing it
Mhm.
back. So that would be their IRL person. Very interested in like drama, art. Very nice and outgoing. Um, MVE, it would be a person that would be in woodshop. They would be outgoing as well. Woodshop because they're always creating, always looking at different ways to create different things. And they would be outgoing and open to everyone. They would be willing to help everyone. So that would be kind of MVE. So now Kingdom. Now before you answer this question, Baron did say though that he's kind of looking for an artist to potentially make all of these reality.
Ooh,
He
that'd
wants
be
to
cool.
yeah, he wants to
That'd
potentially
be
make a
great.
giant artwork with all of these different descriptions and bring it to life. So I told him, "Hey man, you really find the artist and somebody that can do this, I'm willing to help out too, you know, throw some money in
Yeah,
that pot and make
sure.
that happen because it would look pretty cool, but who would Kingdom
I'd be
be?"
down. I think Kingdom, with the goals, with the image that we had, what we're trying to pursue, and the players that are in our team, I think, that we'd be a student that is in the NHS National Honor Society 4.1 GPA, right? Excelling in academics, excelling in sports, athletic. Favorite subject probably gonna be either some type of economic class or entrepreneur class, trying to create things,
Yep.
be different, and I don't what else? They like they're not vegetarian. Just kidding. They like everything. I don't know. I think that covers everything,
Yeah, no, I think that's good. I
They're
think that's a good description.
open to a lot of things.
Open to a
Just
lot of
the
things.
academics, the athletics, the 4.1 GPA, valedictorian. That's kind of how I see
Yep.
Kingdom. I'm pretty biased, but that's how I see
Yep.
our org. So
So they come in. So this student comes in and they're willing to excel at everything: academics, athletics. They're really outgoing, and whatever it is that falls into their lap, they want to excel at it and give it 100%.
hardworking, super
Perfect.
motivated, has crazy passion, has insane passion, wants to take over the world, but in a great way.
Perfect. Perfect. I think that is a perfect description, and I think we're gonna go ahead and take that in, and hopefully Baron and I and all the rest of us can go ahead and make an artwork happen because that'd be
Sure.
interesting to see. But now with that being said, though, and thank you for that answer. Are there any
Yeah.
other questions that you would like to ask, or anything, any information that you maybe forgot that you would like to add here at the end, or any events or any creations that Kingdom are working on that you want to talk about?
Yes, there are some stuff that I do want to bring up and highlight. For one, this org would not be possible, and we would not be where we're at without my partner, and friend Ohang. He puts a lot of work into the org just like I do, and we spend a lot of time together planning out absolutely everything. He can't be here all the time, so I handle a lot of the day-to-day stuff
Hmm.
when I can. So mad respect to him. He's amazing. I couldn't be here without him. Shout outs to the players, of course. Shout out to our community managers that help keep things running, Profit and Hockey. They've been great. And shout out to Veggie Mama too. Veggie Mama's a great partner of mine that we partnered up together. She's also in Kingdom as well, but she's also affiliated with another organization known as Lost Tribe. We created a branch of Kingdom called Lost Kingdom. We've hosted amazing tournaments. Started in March, and it's been going great. We try to do as much quality production as we can, casting as we can. I'm working on my casting too. Um, and we have a tournament for $1,000, a 1v1 prize pool, 1v1 event for North America on the 20th of August. That's coming up. So that's the next upcoming event that we're going to be casting, producing, all that stuff. But yeah, Lost Kingdom has been a great project that I've been invested in. That's been amazing, and hopefully soon we do even more with it. But other than that, I think that's it. Thank you so much for having me and inviting me to this amazing podcast. I think this is an amazing. I've always wanted to do a podcast myself. I just don't know like how I would do it. I feel like I'm a very socially awkward individual, but it's been great, and I'm really truly excited and happy that I came on here. And thank you so much for providing that opportunity. And just not just for me, but to everybody, all the other org owners, org leaders. It's been great, and hopefully everybody in the stream watching right now or in the podcast wherever you may find it. You said Spotify, Apple Music, all
Yep.
that jazz.
Oh yeah.
Is having a good time with all these episodes. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, thank you as well for accepting the invite and willing to come on here and really talk about Kingdom and what you guys do, where you guys came from, and where you guys are going. Once again, I think that Kingdom is a phenomenal org that just burst into the Brawlhalla scene and has been doing nothing but climbing. Exactly how they describe their high school student, that's exactly what they've done within the Brawlhalla community. Different content being pumped out, different partnerships being made, pro players reaching the pinnacle of Brawlhalla Esports this quickly. Just all the good things that Kingdom is doing. If you want to check out more and find out more about Kingdom or even apply, please check them on out. Kingdom underscore 0RG on Twitter. Make sure you go ahead and check out that Twitter page. Then that way you can get more information and potentially apply as well. But once
Yeah.
again, I do want to thank you for being on this podcast and being willing to give us all this information. But before we sign on off, any last words?
Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching, and hope everyone has a great rest of their day, evening, afternoon, whatever it may be. I appreciate you guys, and thanks for having me.
Yep. Once again, you have been watching VolxUP, an MVE podcast. Today's episode, Who is Kingdom? Make sure you check it on out. We are, oops. Make sure you check it on out. We are on Amazon, Spotify, Google Podcasts, all of that. Just ended up picking or pressing the button a little bit too early. So thank you guys so much for tuning on in. Much love. Once again, wherever you are, whatever you do, aim to do good.